Welcome to the Sparky Coach podcast. This platform was built by Sparkies for Sparkies. We simply exist to make business owners more profitable, or businesses more profitable and more predictable. So we want to work with people that work hard because we love working hard too, that work smart because you got to be on top of the business, people that are kind because no one likes a dickhead. Am I right? People who want results because that's what we're here for, right? And people who want to be part of a like-minded community. So if you're interested in hearing more about the platform, please reach out and enjoy the podcast.
Sparky Coach podcast. Got Cam here. It's a Sunday school session. School is in for summer. Can't remember what that's from, but if Crow was here, he would name the song In a Heartbeat, or the band, or whatever it is, or the movie even, possibly as well. But Sunday school session, I want to have a discussion on something that is super important to me, and I feel it should be to you too as well. And it is to do with timesheets. Now, if you don't currently have timesheets in place for your staff members, give yourself a little wrap around the knuckles, a little smack on the hand. You need to get timesheets in as soon as possible. Why, you may ask? Well, I'm about to explain it to you and show you how simple it is. But the first and foremost, most important part of why you need to get some timesheets in play is so it stops revolving around you. Because I'm sure currently a number of you are receiving text messages, WhatsApp groups, a pigeon may come along and drop a piece of paper from the sky. Somehow there are some of you who it is just left up to you. You are the only one who can enter the details of the amount of time the team worked this particular week, and we want to get that out of you. You are no longer the oracle. You are turning the tide, and you are making your staff take responsibility for submitting a timesheet. So, why, you may ask, is this important? Well, I just touched on it there. First of all, it takes it out of your hands. But the main one I want to look at is just around like some pay accuracy and some accountability. So you've got the pay accuracy. So it's ensuring your staff members are submitting the times and that those times are checked off against what you know them as. And it gives you the capability that your staff are paid correctly for the hours they worked, ensuring any overtime, any penalties, and any leave are all captured. And it prevents underpayments and or overpayments, what can create frustration. And it can also create a heap of rework, but put simply, it transfers accountability and responsibility onto your staff members to ensure that the times that have been entered into your calendar or schedule or insert job management software here can be cross-referenced. And most importantly, that someone else can do this in the long term. So timesheets are capable to be done by someone else, and they can be checked off by someone else. So there's the accuracy and the entitlement side of it all. There's also a potential legal or compliance requirement which may require you to keep some accuracy around some records of the hours worked. It also allows you to have a proper record keeping and a proper systemized process around, hey, if there's any issues, this is what we reference back to. It helps you as a manager understand, or the business owner understand, where are your costs going? How much time are we spending? How many hours are we doing? How far are we traveling? Massive distances. How much are we spending on times per week? How many hours are the guys doing? Are we pushing massive amounts of overtime? Revealing our workloads and patterns, and hey, have we got any issues here, or have we got any reoccurring problems that keep coming ahead? Are we looking at ways that we can better allocate our staff to meet deadlines? And the last one, which I touched on to begin with, just the accountability and transparency around this. Now, marry this up, timesheets. Marry timesheets up with a schedule, and you have reached labor efficiency utopia. And what I mean by that is it gives you the ability to, hey, timesheet is submitted. Our schedule calendar is telling us on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we did these things, right? What does our timesheet say? And then it's going through and it's been like Monday tick, Tuesday tick, Wednesday tick, Thursday tick, Friday tick on a holistic level. Hey, sweet. You did 8 hours, 9 hours, she did 10 hours, etc., etc. Then what we can do is we can then start to have a look at, okay, where were we on those particular days? Okay, cool. Yes, we had 4 hours there and we had 4 hours there. We were a whole day there, a whole day there. We were 2, 2, 2, 2. We were 4, 4. Yep, sweet. And 1 hour. Okay, cool. So we're starting to get a pattern and we're starting to make sure all of our day from when we start to when we finish is filled in. So we're alleviating ourselves of the gaps in the schedule, which takes us to, like I touched on before, a utopia of labor efficiency. So what that means is that all of our hours are captured and all of our hours are allocated. And it becomes a real easy cross-reference to be like, hey, they did 38 hours ordinary, they did 2 hours at time and a half, and they did 3 hours at double time. Yes, 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 that lines up. Sweet. We can then now start to facilitate the payroll. Really, really simple. Hey, it doesn't line up. Why doesn't it line up? There's a rejection associated with it. What's happening here? Why is this occurring? What's going on? Why don't these times line up? What is it telling us? What information are we trying to find here? Now, yes, timesheets may seem like a challenging situation, but I'm going to show you how easily you can do it just in a spreadsheet. Or if you don't want to do it in a spreadsheet, you can create it in a jotform. Or if you don't want to create it in a jotform, you can quite simply create it within a digital forms documentation. The example I'll end up showing you today is Simpro Digital Forms. So I want to show you a really simple scenario here of what it would look like in the most simplistic sense of using a spreadsheet. So I've got an Excel one here that I'll give you an example of, but what I want to just highlight again too is this takes it out of your hands as a business owner. So, hey, let's have a look at an apprentice. So an apprentice may be entitled to some allowances. So they may have a travel time per day allowance, and that they may have, hey, am I starting and or finishing on site allowance? So it gives them the ability to tick off or mark off their week in a really, really simple manner to be like, hey, these are allowances that we're entitled to. You may have some tradies that work for you who don't have a company vehicle and they drive their own vehicle and they start and finish on site. So they're entitled to their start and finish on site allowance. So really, really simple. This also takes away a bit of the explanation around, hey, where do my time sit? Did I have annual leave? Did I have an RDO? Did I have a public holiday? What am I entitled to? How do I do this? It's all on there. It's all on the timesheet. So you can take that away from them. You don't have to deep dive into it and have a look at it. So I'm going to share with you now an example around a spreadsheet that is a Excel spreadsheet or a Google spreadsheet. So in this particular instance, it's going to be it's an Excel spreadsheet here. So I'll share this one with you here. Beautiful. Should be able to see that now. So really simplistically, it is just literally a Excel spreadsheet that the guys, your team members, can just reoccur and then email through to you. So it's just simply their name. So name goes in the top up here. So for example, I'll use mine. Whoops. Kraken. It's the week ending. So the week ending, which was a couple of days ago, which will be the 5th of the 4th. Finishes on a Sunday, and I'm a tradesman. Okay. So in this instance, Friday was a public holiday, 7.6 hours. So we can take that out. Yes, I got travel time per day, and yes, I was allowed to use my own travel there from my own vehicle. So gives you the ability to highlight out any information associated, gives you the ability to highlight any excess travel, the actual start to finish time on work, if there was a lunch break taken, the normal hours, any overtime, any double time, and then it allows you to capture the allowances if applicable. So this may be for an apprentice. This may not be may not be applicable to everyone. It then allows you to let's do 11 to 11:30 here, 7.6 hours. Done. Problem solved. So then it automatically populates the hours. Also gives you the ability to be like, hey, they acknowledge that, hey, have you cross-checked so that their schedule matches up with the times that they have in regards to the timesheet on their actual schedule as well. So it gives you an ability of like an accountability sense. It allows you to then also, hey, what was the leave type over here? And what were the total hours of leave here? And then it allows you to add some information in here, for example, around some information. So it just gives you a bit of information around the start, end, or finish on allowance, how it applies, how the daily time travel is per day, what excess travel actually is, and then any reference points to when the excess travel kicks in based from the office. So you can provide all of this information to your team, in a way that allows you to provide it so that they don't have to keep coming back to you with questions associated with it. So really simple way that they can fill out. You get your total hours that they've worked that are ordinary. It gets you total hours that they've worked in a annual leave or a sick leave sense or any leave sense. And then in turn, hey, I might have traveled some excess travels in my own vehicle here, or I may have had 30 minutes of excess travel outside the 50 kilometers. So this captures off everything that you're looking for in regards to a really simplistic way of having a timesheet together for your team members. So that timesheet there can also now, I'm going to give you an example around a jotform one as well. So let me just pull this over to the screen. So again, you've got a jotform scenario here. So this is quite straightforward. Name. So again, I'll do one here for me. Then you can be like, hey, I'm a tradesman. I don't know why that's come up. That's meant to be, we'll adjust that. I've made an error there. It's meant to be email. Enter it in, so it can just be Cameron. Week starting. So we'll do this week here, Monday. So then you've got a bit of a cheat sheet that you can provide people with. And then what you've got here, any access travel as well, that, hey, this could be an example. And then we've got any start and travel finish times. Then we've got a total normal hours, a total 1.5 and a total 2 hours, and then any other additional allowances that you can also fill in as well. So I'll just use this as an example. So Monday was a public holiday. Let's go 6:30. I started at 6:30 every day. Didn't do a Saturday. Finished at 2:30 on this particular day. And on Friday, I finished at 4:30. So then we've got 7.6, 7.6. Whoops. And then that one will be 9.6. And then we might have traveled an hour on Monday excess. So it was from 6 to 6:30. And then from 2:30 to 3, which is 1 hour. Then we've got our normal hours of 38 hours for this week. We've got 2 hours at time and a half. And we've got 1 hour of travel. Now, then you can come down, and if the allowances apply, you can tick them as applicable. Because I'm a tradie, I've got a company car, it doesn't apply. And then I can just sign away in this particular sense. And then you can submit that, and then it can turn up. So this particular document can be utilized across any type of digital form scenario, and it can be extremely helpful in that particular sense. So there are 2 examples associated with doing a digital, doing a timesheet. The last example I just want to show you is just what a Simpro digital form looks like, that's been built out. And so give you a bit of a run over of what a timesheet looks like in regards to on a digital form. So you build it out in your different screens, and then you consolidate it out. So this is how you build it, I guess, is the easiest way to describe it. And then it will show you actually what each screen is going to be looking like on an actual phone or tablet device is what they'll be using. Then it gives you the ability to test it. So I just wanted to show you here to test it. So let's just say it's the week ending this particular week. I can put my name's not in there for whatever reason. I'll get that sorted out. Then I'll just be as a instructions. Again, gives you a bit of a cheat sheet of what's happening, of how you can do your day. And then there's a cheat sheet associated with it. And it gives you an overview of how excess travel works as well. So next, then you can do the add item of the timesheet. So you select Monday, save. It was a public holiday in this particular instance. And then we go next. Then we add in Tuesday, save Tuesday. And let's just say we did 6:30, 2:30, 7.6 normal hours. Add item to Wednesday, save that. The same process follows through. Next. Then you can be like, righto, for that particular week, after I've built it out to where it needs to be in regards to what it looks like. It's like, oh, hey, I've only done to Wednesday. You can go back to it and you'd be like, hey, oops. Start time 6:30, 2:30, 7.6. Next. Thursday's back in there. Don't know why it disappeared for a moment. And let's just say that time on Thursday, we started at 7. We went to 3. Sweet. It's like, right, what was our normal hours for this week? Sweet. 38. No travel. Capture the signature. That's what it looks like. And that's an example of what it would look like on a digital form sense. So there are your 3 examples around just some examples around like what a timesheet can actually look like. I'm going to stop sharing that screen there now. So you've got a spreadsheet, really simplistically. You can use a jotform or any other type of digital form. And then if you're using Simpro Digital Forms, you can also utilize that particular one as well. So they can all be sent to wherever you need it to go. They can be used in any particular way that works for you. I strongly recommend using timesheets and implementing them for your business and keep it as simple as possible. Whatever works for you. It creates that accuracy with your pay entitlements. It helps with your management of your staff around resources. And that really helps with accountability around that. So if you have any questions associated with anything to do with timesheets, please feel free to reach out. I just want to finish, and I know I've said it probably 3 or 4 times, is that I strongly encourage you to implement this. If you don't have it, keep it as simple as possible for now, in regards to just getting them to submit something. Now, you may ask why XeroMe. I haven't gone through that there. So a couple of things around with XeroMe that don't sit, I guess, in the easiest sense for me, is a lot of it is to do with the allowances associated with particularly the apprentices. So if the apprentices need to be ticking boxes, it doesn't allow you to do that. And then also it is also a way of the tradesmen, if they don't have vehicles as well, that they can't select them also. The other thing around this is that it gives you a really clear transparency and a really clear understanding of where your hours are sitting. It also gives you the opportunity to adjust it or provide cheat sheet information that your staff members can read in a really simplistic way. I also like doing this because it allows you to offload it to someone else, and it takes the guesswork out of, hey, what information are we looking for here? Or what does this mean, or what does that mean? It takes the guesswork out of interpreting potentially what XeroMe is. And also got the other thing too is sometimes with XeroMe is the setup part of it all. Some people don't have the allocation of labor, time and a half or double time set up correctly, so it can create confusion around that. So in its most simplistic form, you can enter out this information. It holds your team accountable in a sense that it's providing all the information. What is double time? What is time and a half? What allowances apply to me, et cetera, et cetera. So have a look at it. If you've got any questions around it, please reach out as always. And thanks for tuning in as always. Hope you got something out of it. Any question, reach out. More than happy to have a conversation around it. Peace.
That's a wrap on another podcast. Whatever you're doing, don't be too busy to stop and check if you're making money. And above all else, you know the rules. Be kind. See you soon.